Hi YouTube family, it's Daughter of the Most High. I hope you're blessed and doing well. The video you see in front of you is Glenda Lomax, and she got a word from the Lord about the coming invasion, and I want to share that with you. So let's go ahead and get right into that, and then I want to share one more thing after Glenda speaks.
Hey YouTubers, Glenda here. I want to share with y'all a message I received yesterday because it is very serious, and I thought that it would be appropriate to release this one on video as well as on the website. And the website, if you want to see it in text form, I'm about to post it, is http://wingsofprophecy.blogspot.com. Okay, now this word is going to be called the coming invasion. And I had been praying because we all know that there is a war going to come, and we don't know for sure when it's going to come. And you hear, rumbles out there every now and then, saber rattling and all that. No, we don't know when it's going to come. We don't know how it's going to come. So I had been praying about that thing. And the Lord said, my daughter, an invasion is indeed coming to the land of America, and soon. Your people will not be ready, though I have warned them again and again, because they refuse to heed my warnings. In that day, many will cry out to me who refused to heed anything I spoke to them previously, and they will receive no answer. Now that goes back to a scripture in Proverbs. I want to say it's Proverbs chapter 1, the latter part. It'll be posted with the word. I will leave them to what they have chosen over me. Please excuse the coughing noise. I have a little dog that has a terminal heart condition who has developed a real bad cough. They will receive no answer. I will leave them to what they have chosen over me. The gods they have followed instead of me will have to supply them, for I will not. Those they have lavished their love on instead of me will have to comfort them then. The invasion will be seen by your people, but not until it is too late to stop it. For they have the technical ability to prevent Americans from seeing what they do, and they will use this. The invasion will be strong, and it will be fast. It will happen quickly in the blink of an eye. They will be there, and chaos and destruction will ensue. No man has the ability to survive what is coming unless I guide him. Warn my people who have ears to hear, for all do not, that those who come aside with me regularly will be guided and provided for. Now, what he's talking about, let me stop here for a second, for anybody who's a new Christian or somebody you just don't know, is like if you pray every morning, if you spend time with the Lord, if you're in his word, like reading his word. When I was in Arkansas, I used to get up at, 4:30, 5 o'clock in the morning, and I would make coffee, and I would take my Bible, and I would go aside with the Lord, meaning I shut everything else out. There was no TV, no radio, nothing else going on. My dogs were still asleep, and it was just me and Jesus. That was it. And if you start to do that at the same time every day, what you'll find is he starts showing up. It's pretty cool. You can feel that he's there with you. The Bible is the only book in the entire world that the author is present every time you read it. So you want Jesus with you? Open the Word. It's that simple. You won't know what his personality is really like unless you read the Word. You can take somebody else's word for it if you want, but what if they're wrong? Okay, moving right on. So going aside with him regularly means for prayer or word study in the Bible, okay, or reading the Word. Okay, so those who come aside with me regularly will be guided and provided for, okay? Those who have no time for me now will not. They must turn to their idols for guidance and provision. An idol is anything you put in God's rightful place, anything that you prefer over him. America, your end has come. An enemy comes for you that is strong and knows well your defenses. You will not be able to stand and win against this enemy, and I can no longer protect you as you have given your allegiance to others. You have worshipped another God, and I do not compete. God's first, or he's not at all. That's what he's saying. I alone deserve your worship and your allegiance. The gods you have chosen will be your guides now, and you must turn to them for provision, for I will not answer you in that time, who are not mine before it arrives. Y'all, when I got this word, I did not see this coming. Okay, I just didn't. And it gets even more interesting. America, your enemy comes to turn out the lights and cast your people into darkness. Since you have chosen darkness over light, this shall be your fate. They will destroy your beautiful cities and national treasures. They will imprison your best people and slaughter others. You will rise no more. And I heard sadness, such sadness in his voice then. Though this was not my plan for you. My plan was to prosper you above all nations if you had continued to honor me. But you have chosen evil over good, so I cannot. Prepare to meet your fate, America. Darkness is coming. Okay, that was the end of that word. This is all one word. Now he starts to give me another word that's for the enemy that's coming for America. And I was surprised. I didn't know who he was talking about and had to look it up because he called him by a nickname that I have heard before but didn't know who it referred to. Some of y'all probably know who it is. I just didn't. To the land of the rising sun. You who plan against the nation of America, though your attack will succeed and you will be heralded by many in the world, you will not be heralded by me. As you sow, so shall you reap. Remember this, for as you are the enemy that comes for America, so I raise up an enemy to come for you. It will be just as brave, just as powerful, just as determined and trained as you are. The consequences for the destruction you bring to America will be both grim and dark. You have hidden your plans and your schemes behind friendly smiles, yet all the time you were planning destruction. So shall it be also to you. I did not know who he meant when he said the land of the rising sun, so I had to look it up. Japan is considered the land of the rising sun, and I thought, but how can that be? Aren't they like our ally or our friend or something? And then I remembered, he said, you have hidden your plans and your schemes behind friendly smiles. Fake friends are a dime a dozen. We all know that. We've all met them. We've all had them, I'm sure. They are the most dangerous kind to have. You're better off with no friends at all than to have fake ones. They are the people who are your friends until they're not, because they always have a different motive, and it's to bless themselves. I believe that he showed me that Japan has been gathering intel this whole time, but they've never forgotten Hiroshima, and that they're still angry over World War II, and that's a lot of what this is about, if not all of what this is about. Maybe it's a matter of honor for them. They are, maybe it's a matter of honor for them. Whatever the case, he said this was coming and coming soon. God's soon is not the same as our soon, because the clock in heaven always says now. But it is coming, and we're not going to see it coming. So I do believe that God told me several years ago when I was in Arkansas that the people he called the merciful ones, those are the people who are kind and compassionate towards other people, that they would be taken out before the horrors to come. And the horrors to come, I thought he meant the tribulation, but I think he may have also meant the war. Also, the 90-year-old Norwegian woman, I've talked about her prophecy before. It's fantastic. Most of it has already happened. She saw Jesus coming back for the bride right before the start of World War III. I cannot imagine that one high-powered nation would attack another high-powered nation, or formerly high-powered, because we don't have any power now, and it not start a war with some of the other nations. So I don't know, because I don't really understand military stuff. Minnie Rounds is a good person to fill us in on that, because I don't have any kind of idea, except all I know is what the Lord shows me and tells me. That's it. So I'm telling you, this is what he said is coming. Pray. Spend as much time with him as you can. Just spend time with him in the word and in prayer.
Okay. So that is the word. It's a sobering word. We know this, but it's important for us to hear it again, because the world always seeps in so quickly, and then we need to hear words like this particular word and other warnings. We need these warnings. And so I'm thankful that God keeps reminding us we want to revert back to comfort and normal living, but it's really not going to happen. We have to stay on our toes. We have to stay prayed up, and we have to store, get some food items, medicine items, water, different things. And if we don't make it through, somebody else can use what we store up and stock up. So, and that's what will happen. That's what happens in war times is, the homes and buildings and places that are left behind, they always are, looted or even just checked out. Is there a jacket in here I can wear? Is there a pair of boots that might fit me? That kind of stuff. And so people are going to be going through our homes if we're the ones that didn't make it, or vice versa. So be sure to stock up. And another thing I want to share with you is that about 2 weeks ago, I was laying in bed and waiting to sleep, and the Lord gave me a vision. It was only the second vision I've had in my whole Christian walk. I do see into the Spirit, or the Spirit has opened up to me at certain times, but this was a vision. And so the vision started at a point and then opened up into a circle. And then in that circle was an old style television. And then suddenly on the screen it read "The End." And it was the old style writing of "The End," like when movies used to have that, at the end of the movie. It was like that. And then the circle went from wide and closed up to the point again, and then just disappeared. So that's what the Lord showed me. The message was "The End." And so our time is short. I don't know when this invasion is going to happen, but I've begun stocking up. I did share that with you. I have to, my money's tight because I am semi-retired, and so I don't have the income I used to have. So I'm trying to buy certain things with each, paycheck. So that's my goal, and I'm going to stock up and continue to pray for people and fast. My kind of fast, I've shared that in previous videos. I eat my good food. It's like a Daniel fast, but it's not exactly a Daniel fast. I just eat my good food, and I skip the, sorry, I'm just scratching my head. Yeah, so I just, skip the junk food or extras or whatever. It's just one of the ways I fast, and I can actually feel a difference. It really, even though it's kind of a wimpy fast, it makes a difference. So I want to continue that and keep praying for people and warning people. It's coming. It's coming. And then I watched a video short, and this woman was getting a word from the Lord, and that word was about stocking up, that it's time to start stocking up and having preparations in your home, food items. If you, depending, now it's winter here in Minnesota, but it's not bad. Our winter isn't bad. And so, but if somebody lives in a really cold area, you're going to want some sort of heat, a way to heat your house. You're going to want a way to heat your food. Again, canned food is the most common non-perishable food, or long shelf life. It's 2 years or more. You can actually eat canned foods after, a couple of years. So you could get chicken, and I've never had canned chicken, but tuna, and you can get canned roast beef, and then you can get your short-term foods like, crackers and chips, and, if you do have a sweet tooth, cookies or whatever you plan to eat. But you're definitely nutrition. You're going to want to pay attention to your nutrition, but that doesn't mean you can't get a few snack foods or fun foods. So you're going to want to do that, and definitely get water. So, and other things. If you like, whatever you drink, again, I would get some instant coffee, heat up my water, and, keep it easy. So, yeah, and just ask the Lord, God, how should I prepare? What should I get? talk to other people about it too, so at least you have, some people have like 3 months of food on hand. Now, I don't even have a place to store it. And a friend of mine that I was talking to said that she doesn't either, and so it's lined in her hallway in boxes. So just know that there's things that you can do. Most of us don't like our hallway or living room or kitchen lined with boxes of canned food, but do what you can do and do what you need to do. Yeah. So that's all I have for you today, and I will link the video in the description if you want to watch it. If I don't know if I had a good clear shot of Glinda. I think I did, but just in case I didn't, yeah, I'll post the link in the description. So take care, fam. It's going to be 50 degrees here tomorrow. Seriously, I cannot wait. I'm going to go out. I'm going to get my dogs out. I love it. And here it is, January. I mean, that is so unusual for us. It's probably going to be a record. So happy about that. I'll let you go for now. See you soon, fam.